When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. In the movie, the Matrix were used for our body heat, but here in this Matrix, we're used for our efforts and our energies. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor.
Top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G's only. Too many phony, masculine homies. Females acting like they are holy. Ends up being lonely. No time for games, weightlifting games, betting some flames. Too many names, breaking their chains. Me busy switching lanes. Top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Your mind must be stronger than your feelings. People betray, even if they're reeling. Stay away from the demons, life has a meaning. No use in repeating, yeah, yeah, yeah. People don't like it when I keep it going. My rap is the best and I keep it flowing. My social media keeps on growing. My looks I keep glowing. Top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G.
Breakfast! Breakfast!
The computer, an extension of the human intellect, center of the most calculating intelligence on Earth.
I am the computer man. I can do anything you can. I am the computer man. I can do anything you can. Computer man, he is your friend. He gonna help you again and again. So if you have a question or two, he's got the answer just for you. I am the computer man, and I am ready for questions now, thank you.
Mr. Computer Man, how much is 2 plus 2?
4.
Mr. Computer Man, how do you spell cat?
C-A-T.
Mr. Computer Man, how do you spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
With letters. I am the computer man. I can do anything you can. I am the computer man. I can do anything you can. Computer man is very wise. He speaks the truth, he never lies. Jenny does not compute. What is your number, please?
Number? I don't have a number. I'm a person.
A person? A person? Amazing! I am the computer man. I can do anything you can. I am the computer man. I can do anything you can.
What is 9,999 times 999,000?
Do anything you a heck of a lot.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui.
Hello? Are you there? Hello to the people. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. I must say hello. Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. I must say hello. Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. I said hello once, I have to do it twice. DM's looking nice, living a good life. Party all night, first class flight. To my haters, don't wanna be missed with your right. Hello to the people, hello to the people, hello to the people. I must say hello, hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. Hello? Anybody there? Hello? Are you there? Hello, 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 hello. Making that door, Lamborghini yellow. Hello, 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 hello. Wave goodbye, wave hello. Hello to the people, hello to the people, hello to the people. I must say hello, hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. I must say hello. Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. Hello to the people. I must say hello. Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody.
Sos, mistä apua saa? Mä huudan sos. Sitä nyt tarvitaan. Mä huudan sos. Olen niin onneton, taas mun nainen jättänyt on sos. Nainen jätti taas mun, mä huudan sos. Miten tästä toivun, mä huudan sos. Kyllästyn elämään, eikö toivoa oo missään. Nyt olkoon määränpäänä ennen koi, saan siellä seurautta.
last night, see.
Last night?
I nearly nodded off then.
What'd you get up to last night?
I don't think this is the time or the place, Johnny.
But yeah, folks, we'd love to hear your opinions on politics.
What's up, nigga? You wanna talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch. Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
What are you talking about? What is happening to me?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now. Buff niggas. Dark niggas. Asian niggas. You wanna sell that shit?
Yes.
Just down, nigga. I'll fuck you up.
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
It's your boy, JP. Turn my bloody headphones up, I'll tell you what. They're gonna want to hear this. Like bloody hell, I'm rapping bloody well. Elliot Page is not a Mel, it's bloody pathetic. You must rescue your father from the belly of a well. It's important and not incommodious that sometimes we'll let our children fail. Justin Trudeau and Canadian government want to go and put me in jail. Axiomatic presupposition, hell to the butchers who cut up children. What we're witnessing is hell on earth. Women don't know their own worth. Listen here, buddy, I'm not your bucko. The real world is off the cutthroat. Most importantly, be like a lobster. Never be a soy beta cuckold. These politicians are getting paid off. A fine line between order and chaos. Sometimes you must be offensive. Gen Z has imposter syndrome. Want to succeed? Clean your room. Take a shower, be well groomed. That's no joke. It's not a conundrum. Go and grab the bloody vacuum.
Clean your room or get rich enough to hire maids. I eat lobster every night cause I'm getting paid. We just tell it how it is, that's why people hate. Trump the dawn and I'm here to make America great. Clean your room or get rich enough to hire maids. I eat lobster every night cause I'm getting paid. We just tell it how it is, that's why people hate. Trump the dawn and I'm here to make America great.
Hey, turn my headphones up.
You're not wearing any headphones, Joe?
Well, I'm not wearing any headphones. What?
Buddy, gosh.
Oh, you're right. These are my earmuffs. Hey, Jordan. Gordon Peterson. I grew up with a guy named Gordon. Gordy. We used to call him Gordy. We would catch lobsters, and his dad in Maine. We would go up to Maine in summer, and his dad had a lobster boat. And then we would eat at the Red Lobster afterwards. And my Corvette, the red Corvette, I would call the Lobstermobile. Being Gordy and his dad in the Lobstermobile. Make sure you clean your room. Hunter's room's always clean.
Joe, that's plenty enough, Joe. All right, we understand. I think we get it, Joe. That's quite enough. Buddy, gosh. All right, Trump, give us the look again.
Clean your room or get rich enough to hire maids. I eat lobster every night cause I'm getting paid. We just tell it how it is, that's why people hate. Trump the dawn and I'm here to make America great. Clean your room or get rich enough to hire maids. I eat lobster every night cause I'm getting paid. We just tell it how it is, that's why people hate. Trump the dawn and I'm here to make America great.
So, and that's
Right, Dave.
yeah, wow.
Right. Yeah. Look about now. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah. Really understand this about life. This is life gonna start. This is where life is gonna live in. Gonna start to see the sky. Gonna sing it. Gonna see the sky. Gonna see the nothing singing. Gonna see the guy singing. I wanna try singing. I wanna see the singing. I wanna get it in. Gonna see. This is life gonna this is life. And this is why it's gonna life is gonna this is work. And it's gonna I'm gonna make this work. And it's gonna sit there, gonna in the net, and I'll be a cut. I'm in the front. I'm in.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Recently, some students messaged me and asked me if I had any wheelchair defense technique. Someone in a wheelchair can absolutely be a criminal. There's no rule that says someone in a wheelchair can't be a terrorist. He could have a gun or a knife or a bomb on him. He could be breaking into my house to assault me or my family, or maybe he's just looking for a can of WD-40. But the point is, he's broken the law, he's posed a threat to me, so I need to analyze him, figure out how do I defend myself against a destructive disabled. Okay? First thing that he has an advantage of is he is at striking distance with my groin. All the strikes he throws straight, gonna go right to my groin. Gotta watch out for that. Secondly, he can use his body as a weapon. He can throw his limbs at me, and even if I catch one, if I strike it, he's not gonna feel it, okay? So I have no advantage there. So fake high. Then I'm gonna reach down, put the brakes on this criminal, literally decrease his mobility so that I can spin out of striking distance and stun him with a dragon punch to the back of the head. Okay? Now I'm going to use a move designed by the famous dancer Frank Shapiro. It is called a pirouette. I can spin without losing my balance and getting in perfect position to get rid of this wheelchair wacko, take him right out of circulation with a step through side kick like so.
Oh, God.
legend was born in the streets and stages where rebels are sworn. Johnny Scab, the name they know. A creative force with an unyielding flow. For the waves of the 80s and 90s with the rock stars and all the shiny glories. Rock man of the grumpy postman, loud and proud. In Japan, Lithuania, Slovakia, the true crowd. Johnny Scab, an international legend, critic, honest, never to be questioned. From the slums to the stars, a personality grand. D-Duo king with a mighty stand. Honorary rock star, slumlord by name. In the world of oddities, he found his fame. Johnny and the grumpy postman hit the charts with tunes that touch the strangest heart. Defeated circus sharks in a glorious fight, claimed the throne of villains in the dead of night. An animator with flair, mulling mysteries on screen. With Dr. Ben and Quinlan in comics he's seen. Johnny Scab, an international legend, critic, artist, never to be questioned. From the slums to the stars, a personality grand. The Duo king with a mighty stand. Defeat circus jacks in a glorious fight, claim the throne of villains in the dead of night. An animator with flair, mulling mysteries on screen. With Dr. Ben and Quinlan in comics he's seen. Johnny Scab, an international legend, critic, artist, never to be questioned. From the slums to the stars, a personality grand. The Duo king with a mighty stand. Scab Cast and reality podcast with Skullhammer by his side. A voice that echoes far and wide. In the realm of the strange, he's the guiding light. A real-life villain in the endless fight. A model, a reporter, a media star. In every form of art, he sets the bar. Johnny Scab, the genius, the phantom Alan's craft. In the shadows, in the spotlight, he's forever chapped. With the comics he commands, he leads the way. Breaking norms, redefining the day. An icon, a rogue, a hero to some. Johnny Scab, the legendary one. Johnny Scab, an international legend, critic, artist, never to be questioned. From the slums to the stars, a personality grand. The Duo king with a mighty stand. So raise a glass to the man of the hour. Johnny Scab with all his power. A tale of grit, a fire and flair. A living legend, beyond compare.
Here's Johnny.
I know you're walking like a front like this. Pain on
Hello, you lovely lot. How are you doing tonight? Beautiful members of the chat. Texas Zombie, Mr. Self-Destruct, Adam Webber, Hansel Hauser, Dark Mind of Hell. We got some more people in as well. I'm trying to look up. How you doing on this fine Sunday evening? We got Fucko Kid Big G Dude Bro. Yeah, he's in here. He's one of my chatters. We need to think of a shorter name for you. I'm just gonna call you Big G. You're Big G, alright? Alright, Big G? Because I can't say that every time. Thank you for coming in tonight, everyone. And may your various gods bless you on this holy day. Being a Sunday, a day of rest, a day of mass. Johnny's doing in obviously. I said on my Twitter, I don't know if any of you saw. Me and Bjorn are going on an adventure tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. A few hours after I finish this, we're going to go off into where all the hillbillies, like the British hillbillies, live. It's like our version of the Appalachian Trail, whatever you call it. It's like, it's a miniature one, obviously. What's that? Yeah. Everything, Johnny. Oh no, sorry. Evening, Johnny. Evening, Dark Mind. I was just looking at the chats. Yeah, it's controversial. Controversial. Oh, your name, yeah. It's quite I don't mind it being controversial. It's just it's a mouthful. That's all. I don't care what it is. I'm not offended. Cornwall. No, not Cornwall. We're going to even worse than that. Even more sibling loving than that is Wales. We're going to the hills of Wales, the Dragonlands, where they're still kind of medieval, and they basically like they lust for English blood over there because we're pure. We're like royal. We got blue blood as Brits. That's English anyway. We're like God's chosen, and they love our blood because they want to breed in with us. They try stealing our women and all sorts. And we're going to the part where there's kind of like, have any of you ever seen, what's that film? There's a few films actually. What's it called? Wrong Turn, I think it's called. Yeah, it's where people like that, that's where they live. People like that. Or The Hills Have Eyes. Who's coots that jacket? Who's coots that jacket? Yeah, that's who's coots that jacket, boy? Yeah, that's what they all speak like in there. Oh, in the valleys, boy. Oh, in the valleys, boy. Whose shoes are those trainers then? Yeah, but anyway, we're going deep into the hills where there's a river that we can drink from, hopefully, if it's not poisoned. And we're going to be staying in a little woodland, making a little base in there, hiding away. I'll try and get a bit of footage if we don't get cannibalised. I'll try and get, if my... What's that? I'm just looking at the chat. Where we used to get our southern hospitality from? Yeah, where we US. I thought you were speaking Welsh then. Yeah, I guess. You might have a few Welsh relatives in the US. A few of them probably went over. Yeah, Wrong Turn in Wales. That's what the bit of Wales that we're going like. No joke. We're going to. I know it sounds funny, but there are actually people like that. They live out in the hills in like little huts and stuff. So we got to be very careful that we don't get bummed because there's a lot of wrong uns out there. That's what Bjorn says because he says you got to be careful of the bummers. Be careful of the bummers out there, boy. I am a Welsh. You're a Welsh, are you? Oh, you're a Welsh. You're from Wales. I'm not saying all Welsh are like that, mind, because I've got Welsh friends as well that live in the civilised parts of Wales. but you get it in all countries. Scotland's probably got its anomalies as well, up in the Highlands. Welsh on my mum's side, yeah. Nothing wrong with Welsh. I'm just saying, this part that we're going to is pretty barren, pretty dire. Yeah. And I was looking at some videos earlier about like the nicest sites in Britain and England. Their language, what's that? Yeah, something. Their language makes me think of Lord of the Rings. Well, Tolkien actually based, I think it was Elven, I think he based that on the Welsh language a little bit. The Welsh have got their own dialect. I don't know what they call it. Is something Welsh. Cymru or something like that. It's something weird like that. But yeah, I think that was actually that language that the Welsh speak, their native language, sounds like Klingon to us English. If you hear them speaking, it sounds like fucking Worf speaking to his home planet. But it's actually the closest thing to the original Brittonic language, the original Celtic language of this land. It's an ancient language, so it kind of got to be a bit respected. My mum's from there too. I have one here. One. Yeah. See, that's the Welsh. They're admitting it. Gaelic. No, it's even older. Yeah, it is kind of Gaelic, but it's Welsh is different again. Welsh is its own form of Gaelic. It's not the same as Irish Gaelic. It's older. So those here. Oh. Some of you then have got British relatives. Is there any what sites, what famous landmarks do you know in Britain that you'd like to maybe see one day? You must have. Any of you looked at Britain and thought, oh yeah, I'd like to go there. Maybe that city, go see that. Because I know there's lots of things for me in America that I want to go see. Lots of things I've heard of. I'd like to go see Trump Towers. Just go stand outside, have a fag. Have a little walk around. Pretend I'm Trump for a bit. Maybe go in the lobby. And the Alamo as well. The Alamo always interested me. I don't know why. Like up the Alamo. Good battle, wasn't it? Niagara Falls. I know it's just basically a big river with a bit of a waterfall on it, like a stream. But it's iconic, isn't it? Mount Rushmore looks pretty cool. I'd like to see that. I always wanted to go to the Hollywood sign as well. In Hollywood, the big letters, just to see if you could sort of like unbolt them, roll one of them down the hill. Hello, Kate. Katie Did's channel. How you doing tonight? Katie Did's been making some good videos lately. I watched one the other day. Eric July in it, answering some of her questions. Hello, Patrick. How you doing? You in between CIA missions at the minute? Just keeping up appearances. The CIA agent of Comicsgate. And you don't think it's a joke. You don't know how close I am. I'm on to you, Patrick. Evening, Patrick T. Yeah, it's raining where you are. Oh, it's rain. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? But England gets rain all the time. I hate rain. Hello, Nick. How you doing, mate? I'm Dr. McHugh. Yeah, he was on our Comics Gate Commanders the other last Wednesday. Go and watch that. That was a good episode. Nick Michoud came on. I always wanted to chat to Nick as well. I've been trying to get him on Scab Cast. I think he's an interesting fella. Mr. Self-Destruct, how have you been, John? Oh, Katie Did's channel. How have you been, Johnny? I've been alright, Katie. I've been alright. It's not been a bad week. I've been doing a bit of work, trying to work on Made in Mysteries in my spare time. Bit of leisure time. I went out when the weather was nice. I went out, took my dog out for a little bit. Yeah, just enjoyed the sunshine. Because we don't get it much in England. When you get it over here, everyone goes crazy. It's like, excuse me, it's like your hottest days in America. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. You're not your hottest, but an average warm day, say in like California or Texas or something like that, an average warm day, that'd be like peak summer to us. We'd all be out, shirts off, partying, getting drunk, having barbecues. You don't know how good you got it, some other countries. Although most people in England and Britain would probably just burn it to a crisp if we had what you had. Wonderful to hear. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to... There's a lot of story to go through. And I've got, there's probably going to be another season after this one as well. Because as I went along, I've realised there's some things I've got to fulfil in my story that I need to kind of show. And I don't want to cram it all in and just... Because then it just ruin it, wouldn't it? People won't like it. How are you doing, Katie? How are you doing? Apart from making videos, have you had time to enjoy yourself? Bit of family time or anything? Is the weather nice where you are? It's raining where Patrick is. That's weird to me, see, because over in England, or Britain even, when it's raining in one place, 90% of the time it's raining all over. You can't really escape it. Whereas a place as big as America, you can just get away from one bit that's raining and go to a sunny bit if you wanted, if you drove a lot. That's all I'd do. If I was in America, I'd probably get a really nice camper van on wheels. What do you call it over there? An RV, innit? Get an RV, soup it up a bit, kit it out, turn it into a bit of a tour bus. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it's nice to get a bit of rain now and again when you live in such hot climates. So when I visit Spain sometimes when I can get cheap flights because you get really good deals sometimes. And I've got some friends over there and they say because it's so hot all the year round, they have this big sort of like monsoon and it lasts for like a month. And it's nice, it replenishes the earth. Katie did. Great was Apex comic show last night. Kids and played in the park this morning for a good while before we go. Oh, that's cool. Really hot today. It's nice. I like basic things, just going out and having a walk, enjoying the nature around you. Just forgetting about stuff like this, being online for a while, take your mind off of it, and work and reality and things. Go out, you've got a nice, beautiful world around us. No matter what country you're in, you'll find some beauty there. There's bound to be somewhere that's nice and peaceful. Did you go on the merry-go-round, Katie? I would. I'd love to go on things like that. I like the bumper cars. And there's one in England, I don't know what they call it, but you walk in, it's like a circular room, and you walk in onto this like metal platform, and you start to spin, and then the platform drops away, and you're sort of like just stuck against the walls, and you can spin yourself around. It's fun. It's like an anti-gravity sort of thing. Like how they train astronauts and shit like that. The only ones I don't like are the ones where you like strap yourself in, are the bungee ones, the ones that just shoot you up in the air. I'm like, fuck that. Why would you pay to do that? Especially if you're just eating or something. Like, you're paying to throw up and get like bounced up and down. You may as well just go have a fight. Do that for free. Puke machines, yeah. Yeah, those words that just got no enjoyment to them, have they? They're just for the shock factor. But I can't really be shocked. Nothing really shocks me nowadays. I've seen so much of the world, and it's getting so mental out there that even things like 10 years ago that I would have said, no, that's impossible. No one would do that. Nowadays, it's like, oh, yeah, they would. It's all changed. Trampolines mess with your back. I bet they can't be good for your back in the long run. Because when you're like landing on your heels and your feet, you're sort of impacting the bottom of your spine, isn't you? Over time, it's grinding away. It's like I done a few jobs when I was younger, manual labour, like on building sites, digging. I don't know if you call it the same in other countries. It was screeding floors, and I was digging a lot of like sand and cement. It's really bad for your back. Good for your muscles and your arms, but really bad for your back and your knees as well. When you have to get down on the floor and spread it out. Put me to self-destruct. They took a lot of stuff out. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that video up for you as well. It's a bit odd. It's got like a guy talking over it, and he might have an odd voice. I think he's the one. I think he's got a guy. It might be a woman. I might be mistaken. I can't remember now. Oh, once upon a time in Brixton, there was a man who bumped into a butcher. And the butcher said to him, do you want a few steaks? He said, oh, I might come back later.
Many travelers plan a trip to England, envisioning the typical tourist spots like Big Ben and Buckingham Palace, thinking they've covered it all. But what they don't realize is that England has so much more to offer. From picturesque countryside escapes to charming historic towns that are often overlooked. In this video, I'll uncover some must-visit places in England that you need to experience to appreciate the beauty and...
Right, so in this video, she's going to uncover some must-visit places in England, right? Must visit. Well, I'll tell you if you must visit them because I live here. And I can tell you, hello, great cloudy day, how you doing? Very majestic beards, sir. Yeah, I'll tell you, I live here. I'll tell you if they're nice. I've seen most places in England. And I know a lot of them get hyped up. Hello, Hellboy Hendrix. How you doing? We've got some more people coming in. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Scab Cast tonight. I've just been talking to the chat, having my usual conversations. And if you've just joined us, I'm about to play a video of some of England's most must-see places as rated by whoever done that video. And I'm going to tell you my opinion and see if they're right or if they're wrong. Well, they might be lying to you, see? A lot of these people are just blowing smoke up your asses.
and diversity of this incredible country truly. First, we will go through some interesting fun facts about England, and then head to the best places this country has to offer. But before we get started, if you like to...
She just said she's going to go through some fun facts about England, right? I'll make sure, because I'll make sure that they are sort of real. Or if they're fun. If they're not fun, I'll be putting that in the comments.
Culture. English is the third most spoken language in the world and has significantly influenced many other languages, highlighting
That's true. That is true. We have got an amazing language. It has spanned not only the world, but probably the universe. I'm sure that somewhere out there we've met aliens or something like that. I'm sure they've heard us talking on the radio. We've got a brilliant language. Yeah, that is correct.
England's impact on global communication. When it comes to transportation, the London Underground, also known as the Tube, is the oldest underground railway network in the world, opening.
Yeah, and it shows as well. It's like it's out of the 60s or something like that. Proper time warp. I bet the New York subway ain't even as bad as the London one. I guarantee.
In 1863. It's an iconic symbol of London and a marvel of engineering. And as you travel through the country, you can't miss the iconic red telephone boxes.
Right, that's a lie. Because nowadays you've only got the red telephone boxes in really posh areas where there's no crime. Really nice cities. In like little villages and things like that, little picturesque villages. They won't put them really in the main urban bits anymore because they just get like smashed up or burnt out. In fact, there's hardly any telephone boxes nowadays. They're taking them away slowly in England because what they want to get rid of them, don't they? With the digital age and stuff like that. Well, if I missed in the chat, just people saying hello. Oi, oi, oi. From El Boy Hendrix. AI is cranking videos out now. From Nicholas. Grey cloudy day, got home from church. I hope you had a nice time in church, grey cloudy day. And I hope it wasn't actually a grey cloudy day where you are. Red phone boxes, yeah, not quite. They're still about if you know where to look. Right, how do they work? Yeah, they do work, mate. It's just some of them do, or some of them are like just display pieces nowadays, and they put flowers in them and stuff. But yeah, they still work. You got to put 20p's in them or 50p coins. Yeah, I bet they did. They're trying to do that here as well. They're actually worth a lot of money as well. If you can get them, like, but buy them when they get rid of them, you can sell them for a lot of money in auctions and stuff. They're like collector's pieces, phone booths now. 10p in your day. Yeah, I remember that. I remember 10p. I remember when a packet of 20 cigarettes would cost you about £2. £2, which is like what, like $1. $1. You get like 20 cigarettes for $1, pretty much, in my day. Nowadays, 20 cigarettes would cost you about $8, maybe even $9, depending on the quality, maybe even over $10 just for 20 cigarettes. It's disgusting. Trying to ban cigarettes is a disgusting habit. It should not be tolerated. Remember what's this? The prostitutes' calling cards and the phone boxes. Yeah, all the little phone numbers and adverts and stuff back in the day, especially in London and Manchester. I used to get that. Down in Soho, you still get that as well. Took ages. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Dennis. Hola, Dennis Rodriguez. Hola. Hola, señor. Amigo, hombre. Yeah, that's about right then. I was guessing. But yeah, that's about right if you convert it to English money. We're probably about the same economy-wise for that, for cigarette prices. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Sí, sí. Right. For anyone that's just tuning in, hello chat. We were just watching some of England's must-see sites, and I'm criticising it. But telling us a few facts about England, apparently.
These were designed by Sir Giles Gilbert Scott and first introduced in 1924, becoming a quintessential symbol of England. Pubs are another staple of English life, with over 50.
Well, this is true. Pubs are a staple of English life. If you're working class in England, I don't know if you get it so much in America, different classes. It's done a bit different over there. In England, you got like working class people. You got it in every country. They just call it different things. Blue collar, is that what you call it? Blue collar, working class. The middle class, which are the people that have worked hard in their life normally, and they kind of save their money up and up their class from the working class. And then you got upper class, right? And they're usually the people that are born with it or given it. Very, very different in some countries. India have it. They have a caste system. Scarlet Fever says, "Hey everyone, how you doing, Scarlet? Scarlet Fever, da-da-da-da. Don't pull the lever, da-da-da-da. You got a golden retriever, and she's gonna get it to bite ya." Scarlet Fever, you better watch out. When Scarlet's about, gonna... Oh, here we go.
50,000 across the country. Alongside pubs, cricket is one of the world's most popular sports, and it originated in England.
Now, 50,000 pubs might not sound a lot to you lot because you've got like massive land, but in our country, it's like the size of a state. So yeah, 50,000 pubs in, say, your biggest state in America, or it's quite a lot when you condense it and think about it. In cricket, this is more of a middle class and upper class thing. The working class don't really play cricket, and this is just for a laugh down the park.
The first recorded match took place in the 16th century, and it remains a beloved pastime. England is also known for its unpredictable weather, where it's possible to experience sunshine, rain, and fog all in one day.
Yeah, it is. Right, Stonehenge now. You just saw a picture of Stonehenge that they showed you there. It's terrible, right? That's a national wonder, a wonder of the world. And because of the people that have vandalised it over the years and took little pieces away, you can't even go and see it now without having to like pay and be watched certain times. But really, it's a birthright of the pagan people. You should be able to see it whenever you want. Cricket is more interesting than baseball. I guess it probably is, to be fair. But baseball, I don't know. I kind of like baseball because you can whack it a bit more, can't you? Get your anger out a bit. Fucking strike it. Cricket's a bit more civilised. It's a bit like, oh, hey ho, wacky whack. Like that. It's a bit more posh, isn't it? We got Dennis Rodriguez. Oh, amigo. Around a decade ago, many churches in northwest Scotland were becoming pubs. Is something like that happening? Churches. There are a few churches that are converted into pubs, but no. In general, no, our churches don't really get turned into pubs. If our churches close down over here, it's usually to make more housing, to knock them down and make housing for illegal immigrants. I'll be listening when I get some food together for my neighbour's daughter. No worries, great cloudy day. Johnny likes to, I don't care if you watch me, there's not much to watch really apart from my mug on a screen. It's more just having a chat, innit? It's like being involved. And if you got a question, you know, you can ask Uncle Johnny anything. I'm an honest man. I'd always tell you how I think it is, and that's how I think it is. That's my opinion. And I think our own opinions count for a lot.
This eccentric weather adds to the charm and character of the country. And of course, you can't visit England without trying a traditional English breakfast.
Right,
Also known as a full English.
Yeah, beauty. That's quite nice. I'm not too keen on those eggs. Those eggs look a bit goopy for me. But yeah, English breakfast, if you come here, it's basically just a fry-up. It's just fried food, like fried sausages, bit of bacon, some like baked beans, a few like fried eggs, fried tomatoes, hash browns, bit of potato. Beautiful. Some people have black pudding, which is like, it sounds horrible when you realise what it is, but it tastes quite nice.
It typically includes bacon, sausages, eggs, black pudding, baked beans, tomatoes, and mushrooms.
Richmond sausage.
The best places in England.
I like my always go. She's going on to the best places now. Richmond sausages are nice, but I like Cumberland ones. Ones that got a little bit of pepper, a little bit of a kick to them. Hash browns, yes. I knew Rodriguez, my brother from another mother would like hash browns. They're beautiful. You can get them in McDonald's over here. Hash browns, nothing wrong with a bit of hash. Love the idea. Industrial like music clubs. Yeah, derelict churches do make places for. Yeah, there is a few music venues in England from old churches. Hellboy Hendrix. Well, to be honest, Hellboy, with a name like that, I'm not surprised. You think they'd even let you in a church when you're called Hellboy? You have to use your real name. And I don't know your real name, so I'm just going to call you Erwin. Erwin Hendrix. He's actually a mad scientist. He's trying to create a gate to release the demons of hell. That's his backstory. Dr. Erwin Hendrix. But the other scientists in the World Scientist Forum, they just think he's mad. But he's not mad. He's got a genius. He's a bit of a genius. He's kind of deceiving the world because he knows that if he tells everyone that he's trying to create a gate to bring back all the demons through it from the different levels of hell, they'll think he was insane. And if they thought he was telling the truth, they'd try and have him killed. So he's clever, Dr. Erwin Hendrix. He's clever. He keeps it to himself. He's got minions, though, that go out and get his parts to build his portal. I'm going to make, yeah, that's his backstory, that'll do. Erwin Hendrix is a great name. There you go. Use it as like an alias. The legend of Dr. Erwin Hendrix. Professor Erwin Hendrix. Well, Nick, you're kind of a scientist, Mr. Mahue, in Made of Mysteries. You're a doctor, but of like robotics and sound waves and things like that. An engineer of sorts. Professor Erwin Hendrix. Hell yeah. We got hell yeah from Mr. Self-Destruct. That was like a John Wayne. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Pass me my gun, boy. Man, she's back in business. Oh, I went a bit high pitched then. Because I was drinking. My throat cleared. Man, she's back in business. So I can't do it now and again. Because when I record Made in Mysteries, I do it in a certain room. Like a padded mental cell. Now, it's just like a soundproof room that I use. And it's a bit of like a studio room. So it sounds different. And I've got to get in the mood. I actually like get into it when I'm recording and shout it out and stuff. But I'm in a different room here, and if I started doing that, the neighbours would probably call the police and think that I'm a nutter. That's mange. Everybody needs mange. Yeah, I can do it on the spot. Everybody needs mange. I love Mange. He's a brilliant character. And all credit to Shane Davis. I never made anything to do with Mange. It's just the version of Mange you see that I do is my own take, my own artistic vision on Shane Davis's creation. I own no rights to Mange. It's a total parody. Same with John Malin and all the other characters I use in Malin Mysteries. None of them have asked me to do it. It's like, it's just something I've done off my own back. So they can't take any brunt for it. I'm a fan at the end of the day. And I haven't even asked their permission to make it. It's only because I've done it in a creative way that I think they enjoy it. I'm not trying to be nasty or spiteful with it. It's for comedy, isn't it? It's just like, it's to cheer people up. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I just wanted to make sure that people knew that Shane obviously knows that I've got a version of Mange. And he likes it, obviously, because he finds him pretty funny. And I personally would like to see him do more with Mange. I'd like to see him make his own comic or something. Or even an animated series. Like a little mini-series. Even maybe smaller than Malin Mysteries. That have like a four episode season or something. Like 20-minute episodes. Doing the origins of his Mange. That'd be pretty fun. I'd probably pay to watch that. If it was animated or like, well, it's the story in it really, I guess. But I reckon proper animation. Not like cut pasted animation like what I do with my Malin Mysteries, but like actually drawn properly. That'd be brilliant. Because he could do his origin and have it like Mange's version of our world. That'd be pretty cool.
London. London is a vibrant metropolis that seamlessly blends rich history with cutting-edge modernity.
Right.
As one of the most visited...
Before we carry on, 80% of London is a very dangerous place, especially at night. It's dirty, it's scummy. You can't trust people if you're a foreigner. Be very aware in London. So whatever they're about to say, take it with a pinch of salt. Because it's one of our worst cities. Especially nowadays with all the immigrants. They probably chop your hand off to get your wristwatch.
Visited cities in the world, it offers an endless array of attractions, from historic landmarks to contemporary cultural hotspots. Start your journey at the iconic Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. These landmarks are not only stunning to look at, but also serve as a reminder of London's storied past.
Yeah.
Just a short walk away, you'll find...
I'd say London's more like, I would say, imagine London, if you've never been there, the closest sort of place would be, to compare it to you, would be like a really rough part of built up New York or Chicago. London would be more like that, like big buildings, like central London anyway. But yeah, very rough. Got a lot of street gangs, influenced by American street gangs. We got British versions of them nowadays. You got like little wannabe Bloods and Crips, importing it from America, thinking it is cool, and doing stuff like that. And of course, you still got old school British gangsters, like real ones, like Mob, who do it organised, businessmen that you wouldn't know were gangsters, proper firm. That are just like, if you fuck with them or give them lip, just have you black-bagged and chucked in the ocean or something like that. Detroit. Yeah, Detroit's a very, yeah, maybe. But Detroit's a bit more industrial than London. Detroit would probably be more like Birmingham or Liverpool or something. Your homeland, Abu Khan. Werewolves in London. Oh, yeah, there are werewolves in London. A lot of freaks in London. Honestly, though, be careful. If you ever come into London, or anywhere in Britain, for that matter, give me a buzz, and I'll give you a bit of advice. Even if I can't meet you, I'll give you a bit of British advice, like straight from the man to man. You know what I mean? Like straight from the horse's mouth. What's this? Sorry, I'm missing your chats. Finger in the oh, sniff his finger. Oh god. Oh god, that escalated quickly. Sniff his finger. Good gosh.
In
Happy
Westminster
gosh.
Abbey, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture and the site of numerous royal coronations, weddings, and burials.
And bummings.
No trip to London would be complete without a visit to Buckingham Palace, the official residence of the British monarch. Witness the changing of the guard ceremony, a display of British
Those
pageantry.
soldiers that you're seeing there, those soldiers, they're not just toy soldiers for show, like a lot of the world think they are. They are part of the Household Guards Division. They are an elite infantry unit that fight on the front line. They're actually a command unit that take charge. And they do double the time in training that our average infantryman does. Pretty much, they are up there with the paratroopers, the Gurkhas. The reason you see them in them silly hats and them red coats is because that is their version of an holiday. When they're not out fighting in our wars on the front line, they're back home guarding, showing off their uniforms and how clean their guns are. So yeah, don't ever underestimate a red coat, them ones. The guards are different guard divisions. A lot of people mistake them. They think, oh, they're just for show. They're just ceremonial. No, they're not. Ceremonial duty is just part of their role. About 10% of their role. Most of the time they're out fighting or training or even training other countries' armies. The guards are actually very well known for that. They're the ones that were training the Afghan National Army, and they've even helped train Americans and Canadians and Australians. They're some of our best. They're one of the only regiments that you can be picked. You can apply to join the SAS straight from the Guards, the Paras, and the Gurkhas. So yeah, there's a bit of knowledge for you. They are very disciplined. They are very disciplined indeed. Their training focuses. I had a few friends that were in the Guards regiments, different ones. I knew someone in the Coldstream Guards, the Grenadier Guards. There's a few, and they are very elite soldiers. But they're very highly underestimated. Don't look at them and think that they're just dressed up to look funny. The bearskin hat comes from the Battle of Waterloo, when they smashed Napoleon's bodyguard, the Imperial Guard, and then they adopted the hat that they used to wear as a trophy, saying, yeah, we battered your bodyguard, basically. Very interesting.
That never fails to impress. From there, take a stroll through St. James's Park, one of the city's many beautiful green spaces.
Someone once tried to mug me in St. James's Park. It didn't end well for him, but it is, again, a dangerous place, so be alert.
For a taste of London's vibrant culture, head to the south bank of the River Thames. Here, you can take in stunning views of the city from the London Eye, explore world-class exhibitions at the Tate Modern, or catch a play at the renowned Shakespeare's Globe Theatre.
Something interesting about the
London is also a
Shakespeare's Globe Theatre is it's all made of wood. The building, the structure, is very American. It's just completely made of wood.
shopper's paradise. Visit the luxury stores of Bond Street, the eclectic markets of Camden, or the high street shops on Oxford Street.
Camden's actually a nice part of London. It's a bit urban. It's a bit lost. I like it. I like Camden and I like Brixton, obviously.
Truly unique experience. Wander through the bustling stalls of Borough Market, where you can sample delicious street food from around the world. History fans will like the British Museum, which houses a vast collection of items spanning thousands of years, including the Rosetta Stone and the Elgin marbles.
Yeah, we got a good collection from all our little countries that we run. They donated stuff to us and we just looked after it in our big museum. We got a good collection.
The Tower of London, with its complex history as a royal palace, prison, and treasury, provides an intriguing peek into London's darker past. Do not miss the Crown Jewels, a stunning display of royal regalia.
Tree Goblin is a good name. I like Tree Goblin. It makes me think of like a sneaky little Dobby, like looking out of a bush.
Cambridge.
Right, Cambridge is a horrible place. I don't like Cambridge. I'll let her tell you what she thinks about it, but I think everyone's stuck up in Cambridge. There's too many bloody posh students for my liking.
In the heart of eastern England lies Cambridge, a city renowned for its prestigious university and rich academic heritage. Cambridge's timeless charm is reflected in its stunning architecture, lush gardens, and vibrant cultural scene. The University of Cambridge, founded in 1209, stands as a beacon of academic excellence.
In Camden Town.
Iconic colleges such as King's College, with its magnificent chapel, Trinity College, and St. John's College, offer a glimpse into centuries of scholarly tradition. Historic landmarks like the Round Church and the Cambridge University Library further enrich the city's storied past. Culturally,
a boring city. Probably some nice countryside around it, but boring. Dry. You'd rather watch paint dry.
York.
York. Now York on the other end.
Did you know that
That's not a bad city. York's got a lot of history. You dislike stuck-up people. Hellboy Hendrix. Irwin. Dr. Irwin dislikes stuck-up people. I do as well. I'm very anti-snob. Like, I don't like people that take the piss out of rich people as well sometimes. Because, like, not every rich person can help being rich. It's not their fault if they've been born into money or if they've worked hard to earn their money. Like, don't treat them any different. Like, they're not as good as you. I disagree with snobbery on both ends. Because if I was rich, if I ever became rich, I'd just be the same person. So I wouldn't want people to like start hating me just because I had a bit of money behind me. So I kind of see it from their side of things as well sometimes. You're just a little bit out of touch, aren't they, with like streetwiseness in life. You've got to teach them sometimes. That's all they need. Just a bit of advice. If you've got like a rich friend, just try and man them up a bit. Teach them about like how it works when you're poor. Comic snobs. You hate comic snobs. people that criticise comedians, they're very critical. Yeah, I know what you mean, comic snobs. Yeah, well, people have got their own tastes, haven't they, when it comes to comics? It's a bit different. Like, if I ever made a comic, I wouldn't expect loads of people to like it. It'd be very niche. And that's what a lot of comics are. They're niche. They're what you want. There's artists that I admire, but I probably wouldn't buy their comics. But I like them as people, and I can see that they're talented, but their comics ain't really my thing. It does work that way. If anyone would like to come in for a little chat, and I will put the link in the chat. I doubt you will. I doubt anyone will, but if you wanted to. I'm only chatting about England. This is when I get some random psychopath come in. Some Al-Qaeda general. Hello, Akbar. How you doing?
York was once the Viking capital of England, known as Jorvik. York, nestled in North Yorkshire, England, is a city rich in history, dating back to Roman times. Its medieval walls, historic streets, and charming architecture make it a fascinating destination that beautifully blends the old with the new. Dominating York's skyline is York Minster, one of Northern Europe's largest Gothic cathedrals, renowned for its stunning architecture and magnificent stained glass windows. The Shambles, a narrow, cobbled medieval street lined with timber-framed buildings, is a must-see. Another key attraction is the Jorvik Viking Center, where you can immerse yourself in the city's Viking heritage.
There's a lot of Viking history in England. Viking and Saxon history, Normans. Oh, ninja. A lot of people are scared to say the real word, aren't they? I don't really like. I think words are words. I think anyone should be able to say any word, really. If you're offended by a word, then you're just weak, in my opinion. You're a bit of a pussy, really, aren't you? If you can be offended by a word, like, to you, like, it's different if someone's talking to someone else who's like someone you like or love or whatever. But if you get offended, yeah, it's weak, I reckon. Have a bit of backbone. Words, aren't they? Rock and roll ginger. Yeah, work is still being done on rock and roll ginger. And just so you know, it's not like a proper campaign or anything. I'm not going to try and sell it. It's just something I'm doing as a project. And I probably won't make loads of copies of it unless it was requested. It's just something I want to do for myself, just for a bit of a laugh and to see if I can do it good with the artist I've got. Grey Wolf says, hiya chat, how you doing, Grey Wolf? You having a good Sunday? Have you been worshipping in a pagan temple? Or are you Native American? Grey Wolf could be quite a lot of cultures, can it? Tree Goblin. Oops, sorry, I can't. But what's this? I'll be back in a few. All right. Nice one, grey cloudy day. In ancient cultures, it was believed if words offended you, you'd be no good in battle. And the sissy. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how it should be. If you can't handle words, you ain't going to handle a fist or a blade, are you? Been working on your book today. What's your book about, Grey Wolf? feel free to come on one time if you want. If you want to come on Scab Cast, I put the link in the chat sometimes. Have a chat. I like to invite my chat in. Anyone's welcome. I ain't no snob. Johnny ain't no snob. I got no clicks. I'd invite my worst enemy in. I did it with all the people I disliked. Anyone's welcome. But nobody likes to talk to Johnny or debate him when they don't like Johnny, because Johnny makes sense. He makes too much sense, so they end up like nattering like bitches, so you can't get words in. Because the truth hurts some people. The Comics Gate had a style of the Commando mug. Oh yeah. I've got a store on my YouTube now, people. It is you can find it through my YouTube. It's under the shopping store, or it's on one of the tabs. You can buy lots of different types of merch on there. There's a few things you can click on, but once you click on one thing, it recommends a lot of other stuff that you don't see. So there's stuff underneath you. There's Made in Mysteries merchandise. There's Johnny Scab brand stuff, which is the purple sign that I use in my YouTube channel. That is my official brand sign. And there's other stuff as well. I got art from Grim Jim, who comes in the chat sometimes. He's done a picture of me. I put it on a t-shirt. So you've got that. There's lots of different things. If anyone ever wants to do any fan art and send it to my Twitter, just inbox it or even post it to my wall or tag me in it. If I like it, I might put on a bit of merch. And some of it on there, it's all very good quality. And it's the only lot that I've got out at the minute. There's nowhere else in the world that you'll find Scab merchandise. The only other stuff I've made is like individual stuff, like testers, samples to get a few to see if they're alright. Like the Man in Mysteries mugs with John on. You got John, and you spin it round, and you got choke out on that side. Yeah, Man in Mysteries mugs. I made a few of them. That particular one isn't available in the store. There are a few other Made in Mysteries. I think there's hoodies and things like that. Rim Jim shirt, yeah. But yeah, if anyone wants to send in any fan art, I'll give you total credit for it. You don't actually make that much profit off of it. Like for everything sold, I probably make like $1 off of each item. So it's nothing really. Well, probably a little bit more to be fair, but it's like the thing is, it's very helpful just to get some good quality merchandise out there, and it's still money that I can use to help do projects and stuff. But it's not like I'll be making a killing off you. But yeah, that's the shop. If you want to find it, it's on my YouTube. And there are the Comics Gate Commandos mug that's on there is actually a camping mug. It's a tin cup like an army one. You can get it in different colours. And it's got the old Comics Gate Commando logo on it with me in the middle, Dr. Ben and Quinlan walking away from a big explosion. It's good. It's a good cup, good quality. Quite cheap as well. I think it's like just over a tenner, maybe about $15, 15 quid, which is like $12, I don't know. Hookahs. No, I don't sell hookahs. No, that's them pipes, in it. Johnny used to sell a mask, like the one you wear. But the thing is, there are no masks like the one I wear, really. This is totally... I've had this since I was like early 20s. This is over like 15 years old. Probably longer. It's falling apart. It's like literally rotting away at the mouth. Like moth holes and all that. And there's rust in it where I've had safety pins in it and all sorts. I don't think you can replicate it, even if you tried. Not to the same look. But yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Maybe like a photographic mask of my mask. It's like a morph mask or something, but like a photograph. I don't know. Oh, good. We got some people in the green room. Wow. First of all, we have Nicholas. How
Hey,
you
what's
doing,
going on?
Nicholas?
Good. How you doing?
Nice. I'm good. And we got also Grey Cloudy Day.
Hey,
Good
buddy.
evening, sir. How you doing?
I'm all right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming out good. So how have your days been, gentlemen? Have you had a good day?
Oh, very good.
Who is that there?
Is it still what? Who
Who's
is
that?
what? Who is who?
The other guy. I'm sorry, I didn't see his name.
Oh,
Johnny.
sorry, that is Nicholas.
Oh,
Nicholas
okay. Sorry,
Michiel. He's
man.
one of my friends who comes in the chat and shares some. Yeah, he's a very big backer of Made in Mysteries. He's good. He's a good lad.
I'm
He was on
assuming
Comic
you all
Escape
can hear me.
Commanders the other week, if you ever watched that.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
let
can
you
hear
guys have it. I'll
coming
see
through
you
loud.
later.
That's
All
okay.
right, mate.
Can you hear
Thanks
me?
for coming on. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, Nick.
Oh, okay. Making
Yeah,
sure.
I can hear you. That was really weird then. Grey Cloudy Day just came in, said hello. I've had that a few times. Nice, though. Thank you, Grey Cloudy Day. Yeah, I was watching the Comic Escape Commandos episode you were on the other day. It's really interesting, Nick.
Yeah, that was my first time on a live stream like that. Definitely.
You done well.
Oh, thank you. Shouldn't have ate the edible beforehand. It's very strong.
Sometimes it makes it a bit easier. You got to be relaxed, haven't you? You can get.
Oh, yeah, I guess
I just treat it as like some people build it up and get nervous about it. I just treat it as in like I'm going to talk to a few friends. It's just like talking to mates, really. I know that there's loads of people in the chat watching, but I kind of forget about it a little bit and see them all as just imagine them all as people I know, and then it takes the pressure off a bit.
I just always feel like a deer stuck in the headlight sometimes.
Yeah, it can get like that. Did you say you had British relatives, Nicholas, or was it? I might be mistaken. What's your
I'm sure
family
I-
history?
I'm sure I do have plenty of British relatives. I'm just unaware of them. But did like one of those DNA tests, and I'm like nearly 80%, or maybe it was over 80%, coming from like the British Isles.
Fair play. Well,
Britain as a
that would
whole, a little bit of Ireland.
That would explain why you're very intelligent. I can always tell the Americans that have got a lot of British in them because they've got different qualities. You're born different. You got a different breed about you, in a good way.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the adventurous types, but also some of the criminal types are what ended up over here, especially in the early days.
Yeah, and extreme religious people as well. A lot of them left England because we were religious over here, but we were more Protestant. And then a lot of them extreme Protestants and extreme Catholics sort of just left and tried starting new colonies. What they call them in America, the Puritans, wasn't it? Pilgrims? The Pilgrims.
Yeah. Puritans and Pilgrims, we call them. A lot of I know, like my ancestors, I don't know completely on my father's side, but for the most part, they ended up like in the Northeast for what I know of my fathers, and then the other ones ended up in the Appalachian region on the other. So like down in like the northern Alabama, like mountains, like basically hillbillies and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like places like that. I would love to visit those parts of America. I like the outer parts that people hardly go to.
Yeah, my mom
I
took
don't
me
know.
to my mother took me to a old family grave site in Alabama when I was little. Like, and stuff going back roughly almost 200 years, and like just very poor people. Like everything spelled phonetically, uh, like nothing like it's very backwards area. But somehow they made it work. They were the people that would have worked on all the like obviously mining they're known for, but also working on railroads and stuff like that.
Yeah, very, very hard work. The people like that, and like logging and cutting down trees and stuff. All the manual work that no one wants to do. Physical work. It's like that's basically like in England we have the working class. That's just America's version of that. You got hard workers and then people that try and live off of the system.
Well, a lot of those areas you could say that they sort of had a reverse of that, because a lot of the old like coal mining areas and other stuff, because they de-incentivized coal production for coal-powered electricity generation. So a lot of those communities have become extremely disenfranchised and have become like, I guess actually that's where the opioid epidemic really started and is still the worst in.
Yeah, I watched a few documentaries about like failed mining towns in America where a lot of stuff got closed down and it's basically like a ghost town and there were only like one or two families still living there. It was like an old I forgot the name of it, but it was interesting. It was a little town that used to do mining, and then all their shops closed down because the mine closed down, and a lot of them had to move away. And there's like one or
I'm
two
surprised
old diehard people that live there that won't ever move.
because if you drive
You
down
got
like the
out.
East Coast, if you drive down like the East Coast and everything, the United States, and you drive more, not like necessarily on the coast, but a little bit more inland. You drive through like all the mountain areas. And you see all the like the former mining areas. There's a lot of them. They look like uh, because of mining, I guess, a lot of like layers to everything. I guess they go down like a lot of flatland, uh, ground out of everything.
Yeah.
Uh, and like some of them, like every once in a while you're driving around, you'll notice like a really nice house, but then a whole bunch of like just rundown trailers, like in an area. So it's amazing. Like you can have like 20 people that are the only people in a town. Somehow they do it.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy how they can keep it functioning. We got Dennis in the back. How you doing, Dennis?
Hey,
My old
Dennis.
friend. How you doing, mate?
Hi. Very good, very good. Thanks very much.
I was talking about England earlier, Dennis.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I've
said you
seen some
lived
of
in
the videos.
England for a bit, didn't you?
I lived up
Or you've
in
lived,
Scotland
was it
actually,
you?
but
I might be mistaken.
I've lived up in
Oh,
Scotland,
yes,
but
that was
I
it. Yeah, sorry.
visited London quite a few times. I liked it quite much, quite a lot.
Nice. So what famous landmarks or like areas did you see when you were over here? Did you see
Well,
anything that really sticks out in your mind, like something you enjoyed?
I would say the markets around Camden Town, the little shops with vintage clothes and all these little pubs here and there. It was really nice. But all around London was beautiful to
Yeah, I like
see all
Camden.
these great buildings. Yeah. No, I really like that area around Camden. I did stay around there once,
I've always
um, just for a few days. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I've always wanted to visit Peru, where you're from. I think that's a beautiful country. Was it Peru you were
is.
from? Sorry.
Yes, yes,
Which,
yes.
yeah,
Yes, I'm from Peru. I lived in Lima my whole life, most of
I
my
think
adult life there.
that's a lovely.
It is, yeah, it is. If you want to visit Machu Picchu, also, it's all gorgeous,
You got a
really
lot of
beautiful.
mountains.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of valleys in between mountains and beautiful little towns in between.
Yeah.
And the landscapes, the views to the mountains
I'm
are just
very
beautiful.
spiritual.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you were talking about ayahuasca the other
I'm
day.
very like spiritual when it comes to that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
if I was going to visit like an old Aztec or Inca temple or something, I'd have to be a bit respect. I believe in spirits and ghosts and things. See,
Mm,
I'm one of them.
yes.
I'm a bit of a. I believe in things like that. Maybe. So I like to be respectful around spirits in sort of holy places, in places where people might have lived hundreds of years ago or died.
Yeah, well,
But I'd love
if
to
you
see something
go,
like that.
yeah, there are convents. At least in Arequipa, there's a big convent which is open for the public to visit and to go inside. There are areas in which they had catacombs and so on. Same in some churches with catacombs and all the
And
human
did you?
remains, all the bones there. No, sorry, you were saying?
You sound really intelligent, Dennis. Do you mind if? Sorry, I was saying that you sound very intelligent when you come on the shows. I was wondering if you don't mind me asking, what is it you do? Like you were
Ah,
studying, weren't you? Or
yeah, no, I'm a doctor. I'm an MD, the equivalent of an MD, or what would be your GP
I thought
in Britain. That's what I do.
interesting. I thought you were. Yeah, I had a suspicion that you were quite. You come across very
Actually,
educated. It shows in your personality.
well, thank you. I'm just a normal guy, a normal bloke, I think. I like comic books like some of you, and I love Comicsgate and all this. And your Malin mysteries and all those adventures are just fun to see. Just a delight.
Thank you. Thank you. That
Yeah.
shows that you've got a good sense of humour as well, because only certain people find it funny.
Yeah.
You got to be on a
No, no,
certain
there's
wavelength.
these bits and pieces like the last one you
I know
made, and Nicholas
you're
also had good fun with it with Matt Barr getting railed by the Fosca sisters. That's really funny. So yeah, that's
No,
yeah.
don't touch me
I
there.
put you in as a little a cameo in.
yeah, I know. That was really fun.
And Nicholas is in the next. Is going to be shown in the next episode.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that'll play out. You might have dropped a few tells that I picked up on, but we'll see. But I've never even left the United
I did
States.
mention it. John Malin did mention it a few. Yeah, a lot of Americans, and there's a lot of English people that are the same as well. Like nowadays, it's becoming a bit more easy for us to travel out of England because the flights are getting a bit cheaper. And if you look around online, you can get some good deals and stuff. But it's always been very expensive. Even now, to fly to America, it would cost a lot of money. Like a lot, yeah. To go there for a decent amount of time.
One day I want
Yeah,
to
it's not
visit England.
uncommon. I'm sure you. Yeah, you should. If you ever do, just hit me up. I'd like to. I'd meet you and show you some places.
Definitely. So
Same with you, Dennis. I'd like to meet you one day. You seem like an interesting man.
Oh no, I'd be really happy to hop on a flight sometime and go to London and spend a few days there. Yeah, it's been a while. I know from some friends and from the news that
Yeah, well,
some areas are a little bit run down, but still, it's a gorgeous place. And it's best when you know locals
yeah,
and you know where to go.
yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be safe with me, mate. I
I
know
know.
some nice places as well.
Yeah, that's cool for sure.
Someone put the megaliths in Peru are the best. It's
Yeah.
incredible. The megaliths. What are the megaliths?
Well, if you go to some of the old fortresses built by the Incas and some of the remains of other cultures left by the side of the Andes, they are magnificent. The constructions, the size of the rocks, and how the stones, sorry, are put together. There's no, you cannot put a hair strand through two of them. They're perfectly put together. They're perfectly matched, like a puzzle, so to speak. Um, and they are
They
really magnificent.
they were a very they were a
They're
very
really gorgeous
civilized
cats.
ancient race. They had a lot of mystery.
Yeah, yeah. Well, to begin with, by the time the Spaniards arrived in Peru, at least, the Inca Empire was already in decadence. There was a bit of a civil war, roughly 15 or 10 years before the Spaniards arrived. And it was a bit of what happened in Game of Thrones. It was fights here, fights there, tribe against tribe. And the Incas were they had big territory, but also they didn't fully control it. They would just have some tribes pay tribute. So when the Spaniards came, they mainly convinced tribes to join them. It was a contingent of a few men, basically. Uh, Legend says, well, history says that there were like 13 of them at some point, just 13 guys. But they started getting knowledge of the languages of the many tribes around, and people started joining them. These tribes started joining them, so they just went down and fought the Incas the best they could. I, to what extent, I'm not sure how much disease and how much new viruses and so on, and new disease did help them as they helped up north with the Aztecs. Um, but yeah, they the way they found unity of these tribes and they started war down towards Cusco, towards the capital of the empire, uh, became at some point overwhelming. But it was also a rundown empire what they found, and most of the high royalty, the priests and priestesses of the empire were already gone by the time they got there. So to what extent the history of the old empire, so to speak, was lost is unknown. There are many aspects of culture. For instance, it's there's it, apparently there was no writing in the Inca Empire. They had a system of knots and strings of knots. They will just keep a content of lands, a content of they will count whatever resources they have in these systems. But there was there were no findings, and up to date, I think there are no findings of proper writing or a system of writing or hieroglyphics or any sort of alphabet, which is strange. But it's possibilities that it was lost when there was this civil war before the Spaniards came. So it's hard to tell.
That's very similar. Very very similar to the ancient Celts. The ancient Celts didn't write their stuff down. It was just passed on verbally through stories and
Yes.
sagas.
Yeah. Most of the stories were passed on. But again, the people who would keep those stories in check were already gone by the time the Spaniards came. So what was found in the ruins and some of the constructions that were in place was also sacked by the Spaniards. And the interesting thing is that some of the churches or the temples were not completely destroyed, but they built their churches, the Catholic churches, on top of them. So some of the remains are still under everything, under all these
Yeah.
cathedrals and churches built by the Spaniards. In Mexico, they did found many
Yeah, again,
artifacts that
very
way.
similar to Britain.
Yeah, that's how Europeans learned
I
to
know
colonize.
in
They would
Britain,
just take over like that. Yeah.
they'd use old pagan symbolism
Hmm.
and add it to their churches and build on top of the old monuments and just take it over.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons they have gargoyles on churches.
Yeah, that's true.
Why do they have gargoyles on churches?
Heritage.
Why do you mean?
It was an old pagan thing. They used, you know the green man, like a pagan symbol. Is the green man? He's a symbol of like rebirth. He's an old pagan god. And when the church took over the pagan lands, they used to put the green man on the side of their churches to make it more appealing for the citizens who were pagans to come and worship at their church. And over time, the pagans believed that the green man kept the bad spirits away, and it kind of converted into a gargoyle creature over the years. It comes from that. It was stolen. It's stolen by Christianity, basically. It's an idol of a pagan religion that they just nicked and put on the wall.
I mean, to be fair, the Christians, it was more the Romans, because the Romans are Christianized and the Romans
Castle
were already
and
doing stuff like that.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, the Romans, I say Christians, but yeah, a lot of the Romans were the ones who spread it, the Holy Roman Empire.
What town
I'm
is
going to play
that?
a bit more of this video and see what other
Clifford's
places
Tower
they meant.
are also prominent historical landmarks that speak to the city's medieval past. The National Railway Museum showcases Britain's rich railway history with an impressive collection of locomotives and exhibits. For scenic beauty, boat tours and riverside walks offering tranquil views of the city. The York Museum Gardens, with their botanical beauty and Roman ruins, for last.
I think that's what interests a lot of people to come to Britain as well, because we've still got a lot of Roman architecture, like this survived Romans and Normans.
I've always thought looking at Hadrian's Wall would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Hadrian's Wall. Yeah, that's a. I haven't actually seen Hadrian's Wall either. That's something I'd like to see myself. It's not actually as big. It's not a tall wall. It's just it kept horses out. It stopped the wild Picts coming in and attacking the Romans because they couldn't get their horses over the walls, so they had to get off and climb over. But it's only about, I think it's only about 7 or 8 foot tall.
Well, sure,
Yeah, everything I've ever seen on it looked pretty short.
Yeah, it's not a wall to stop like armies, but it slows down the progress of cavalry because they've got to get off their horses and dismount to try and get them over the wall.
One thing I've always been a little confused about the Great Wall of China. A lot of what I've seen on that, it looks like the wall's going through pretty inhospitable terrain to begin with. It's like, how's an army going to get through there anyway?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's all like jungles and forests and mountains, isn't it? But I guess it's just the borders of where they had their land at the time. Mongolia were trying to like nick bits of China. It is built very mess. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? The Great Wall of China. It's all over the place. It's not like in a straight line.
Yeah, no, it's not a straight line. I think there's a side that meets the sea at the same time. Like, it's quite long, but how much is kept to date, I have no idea. But yeah, it reaches the sea.
Yeah,
It's
I saw a
incredible.
documentary, and when you get to the end of it, yeah.
Cutting a bit.
I think I'm lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of a delay.
Oh, you're right now.
Yeah, I saw a thing, and when you get toward China on the sea coast, you can just walk around it. You can go out into the water and walk around the edge of it. It's mad.
Yeah.
So if you were, there's certain areas they could have just attacked by the sea.
For enjoying nature within the city.
Parks, apart from Dartmoor and Exmoor, it's one of the only places we're allowed to actually camp and like.
Towering mountains and lush forests. It's no wonder this park is a favorite among tourists and nature lovers alike. The Lake District is a paradise for those who appreciate. Imagine glistening lakes such as Windermere and Ullswater, surrounded by verdant hills and rugged peaks like Scafell Pike, the highest mountain in England. The vistas here are truly unforgettable. When it comes to activities, the Lake District has something for everyone. Hiking enthusiasts will love the extensive network of trails, ranging from gentle walks to challenging climbs.
Do any of you like the outdoors? Do you like going out and like camping or hiking or anything like that? Hunting?
I did it when I was growing up, like camping and hiking and stuff like that. I haven't done it too much since I've been an adult or anything like that. Yeah. I'm being honest, I just can't get over it. This video is totally made by AI.
You got
the voice, yeah. The voice sounds
it's
like
pretty
AI.
shit, isn't it, really?
Oh, and last weekend I was
bollocks anyway. It just
yeah. You were talking about hiking. Last weekend I was on a bit of a hike with my wife. She came back from travels, and we went to a region up north where we are, which is called this area is not, it's Bayern, Germany, but it's also Franconian. It's called Franconia, basically. So this place is called the Franconian Switzerland because it's up a bit and it has beautiful mountainsides, but also there's a forest to walk around, and there are paths here and there. We took one of those paths and ended up in a small restaurant. So it was a nice reward to get regional food and some nice beer, regional beer as well. But in within, we were going uphill quite a lot, which I wasn't quite ready for, and it was at least 26, 27 degrees. So it was a bit harsh. But yeah, well, it's the fun of hiking and having these long walks in the forest. It can be fun,
Yeah, I
but
think
summertime
if
is not very good. Yeah.
I bet Germany's got a few nice forest mountains to explore as well. There's some nice
Yeah,
places in
yeah,
Germany.
yeah. Yeah, no, this region, this small area has a good few towns to visit and nice, beautiful, natural waterfalls and stones that are all together with the landscape and the trees, and they have a really nice views to go around. I do have maybe a photo somewhere, but yeah. Oh, it was really gorgeous.
Yeah, I grew up in Kentucky for a lot of my childhood, and there's a lot of beautiful nature just within walking distance of a lot of places, especially even like some of the parks near downtown area, near the downtown area. There, it's actually like my shirt. It's actually representing Louisville, like a city emblem combined with the Grateful
Oh, that's
Dead.
nice. I just zoomed in on it. Can you show us it again then? Show us your t-shirt
yeah.
again. Oh, that's
Called
nice. I like that.
Fleur de Lis.
Yeah, thanks.
Just
Yeah, I
the
like that
city
symbol. It's
emblem
good.
put on top of that of the Grateful Dead logo. But it's like got the oldest collection, like Louisville actually also, the oldest collection of still standing Victorian homes in the United States. And so it's like a little, it's like the furthest like northeast kind of culture south for the most part, especially that
Did
survived the
you
Civil War.
did you grow up around guns in your family, or were you not a gun type of family then, like some Americans don't today?
Well, I come from a law enforcement family, so I saw guns. I went to hunting camp as a kid, but not really raised around them. Like it wasn't like it was very much of they're for certain things, kind of thing.
Yeah, in a sensible way. You kind of knew to respect them. They were more of like a tool than just being silly
Yeah.
with them. I guess there's some kids in America that are just given guns at really young ages, isn't there? Just to get used to them.
My dad just didn't hunt. I know some of my cousins did, and so they were a little bit more involved with guns and stuff like that. Like even me, like I had to go to hunting camp to be exposed to all that kind of stuff as a kid, because I was like I really had no way of relating to a decent amount of my friends and family because of that. I mean, because there's a lot of hunting to do, especially in the United States and a lot of different places, because we do have a lot of land here. And then I did what they call JROTC here. It's like Junior Reserve Officers Training Course. It's what you do in high school if you're interested in going into the military. And like we learned how to, I mean, for the most part, we learned how to shoot with just like BB guns and stuff like that, like pellet guns. And then like one time we got to shoot M16s at Fort Knox because that's in Kentucky.
Nice. Love the job.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
Oh,
Were they
that was pretty cool.
powerful?
Oh yeah, like he wouldn't let me, like the guy that was giving us the tour around the base and everything, because I went there with like my JROTC class and everything for a weekend. We stayed at like these older barracks and stuff like that for the weekend. And he didn't let me fire it at fully automatic, but he did it, and that thing like empties a clip. It seems like within like 10 seconds or less.
Wow.
But like, so I only got to fire it just like plink, 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 kind of thing. So that wasn't really, there wasn't much there, and it's a well-designed firearm for these firing, so like it wasn't much of a kick. Like a shotgun's definitely much more of a. Well, imagine if you turn that on to full auto, that's going to be a little bit of holding in there.
Yeah, they're very deadly tools. Should be respected.
And then I started getting in trouble as a kid, and then when I tried to finally join the army, they told me I had a problem with authority.
Ah,
Didn't let
that's
me
not
in.
very good. That's a bit of a
I even
weak
tried.
excuse.
Well, yeah. Well, I had a. I guess what they considered bad about it. Like when I was younger, I got arrested for possession of marijuana. I only really had the tiniest amount, but it doesn't really matter.
But,
I mean,
but
for like a simple mystery.
the army should be there to the army should be there to snap that out of you. They should be seeing that as a challenge. They should take you on
Yeah,
and make
that's
a
what I
man
said.
out of you.
That's what I said.
That's what they do in England.
But then I got put on probation, and then I violated my probation at one point. So that was what kept me out, was that violation of probation. That I had a problem with authority. So I scored good on, like, 'cause they have you go through a bunch of, well, not really a bunch, but they have you go through testing and everything like that. Like, because I had done, because when I initially went to school, it was very much a thing where you could do testing for the military in high school, because like all males had to sign up for the selective service in high school, for instance. Like basically you're registering for the draft, even though there's not one going on.
Yeah.
But then I I guess they had changed it by the time I went to join again, and or actually joined the first time. It's about 10 years later, I guess. And they had done a new one, scored really good on it. I mean, you got to wait if you really want a particular job, but like I wanted to go into intelligence or something when I was like young. Like first I wanted to do FBI, and then I decided CIA, but then I just stopped wanting that kind of thing.
You actually look like you'd suit being an FBI or CIA agent. I reckon you got that sort of.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, you've got.
I can actually use that. Well, I've
Yeah.
definitely used how people view me to my advantage in life. Because yes, I do come off like a cop a lot. So,
Very serious looking.
Yeah, like especially I grew up in a cop family. It's like how my father and grandfather held themselves and stuff like that. I mean, so just watching that ever since I was a little kid, that's you just ingrain stuff into you, I guess. Like I definitely don't walk around trying to be a badass or anything like that. But like I've definitely been told I have resting bitch face.
You've got a good sense of humour. You on camera you look quite serious, but like you tell some good jokes, and you've got a good sense of humour online. It's good. You've got a good personality, uplifting.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try not to take things too seriously.
I like how you always support people as well. You're always trying to share their stuff for them and pushing their stuff. It's good. It's nice to see. You actually try and support other artists and things.
That's one of my things that just I think that I can do, and it's a cheap thing. I mean, it really is. But I think it's one of those things, especially where groups often have to be reminded that it's a good idea that you do it, because otherwise people sort of languish. And it doesn't matter how good you are at something. Like, I'm a sucky musician. I'm under no illusions that like I'm writing world record breaking kind of music or anything like that. But I have fun and I share it out. And the people that I am sharing out, I'm not necessarily saying these are good or bad people, but no matter how good they might be, if they're doing it in isolation and you just miss them, and they just stop making it, who knows what beauty or comedy or sadness they might give us unless just a few people just watched it and just said, hey, that's good, or even, hey, that sucks, and stop wasting your time, kind of thing. And I think that's, especially in these kind of communities, that it depends upon anybody that's watching it, that if you want to see this community thrive, you have to share before viewing. Often, I'd say a lot of people say, oh, read the headline before commenting or do it. Well, this kind of stuff, it's the opposite. If you want to be in especially independent communities, or any kind of community really, and you want it to thrive, you have to realize that a rising tide lifts all boats. That everybody should be as friendly to each other as possible. I mean, that's not saying I'm advocating people are all gullible or anything like that, because there's definitely going to be people that are going to prey upon that kind of thing as well. Hence why all the drama has been going on lately. But I am a huge believer in community. I've devoted certain parts of my life to really trying to do something about that, to learn about how to have an impact on that. But yes, thank you. That's definitely one thing that I appreciate hearing from people. So thank you.
No worries. And just only. And you support a lot of people as well, Dennis, don't you? As I notice, you come in a lot of chats in Comics Gate and stuff and support
I
artists.
try, yeah. I try, yeah. I do appreciate art. I do appreciate the effort they put. And I agree with Nicholas that sometimes that effort can be kind of left behind if you don't try and put it out there. Some are very good at doing that, but still, they need the support from people who get their art, people who admire them, and the most you can do, the better.
Yeah.
Definitely within. I'm not a very. I don't. I like the kind of concept of community. I don't like to use the word much because communism and so on. But yeah, I appreciate the idea of amplifying ideas, amplifying news, amplifying what's going on with our art in general. I find difficult though what Nicola said about saying, okay, your stuff sucks, but at the same time, it's feedback, and it's good feedback if the person the other end can appreciate it, can understand, and say, well, look, maybe this is not working, and let's change and let's move things around, or maybe they are just not ready for prime time yet, and that's something anybody who learns a trade and anybody who's in any media and any work really has to understand. I see looking at Fan uh, Fan My Comic and Indiegogo, so many projects that are out there, but you look through the art, you look through the input they give, and they're not really that good, and it translates. That's what I also call like the little invisible hand of the market. It shows when you are good at what you do. It shows you get support, and that support also amplifies, which is great. So yeah.
Yeah. A lot of a lot of artists, going back to the criticism, a lot of artists are very sensitive about their work. That's quite a common thing with artists. So I think a lot of them have got to try and, like you said, have a bit have a bit more thicker skin and learn to accept criticism, whether it's good criticism or bad criticism. You learn from it. You got to embrace it, because you're always going to get someone out there that don't like what you're doing. No matter how good you are at it,
Yeah.
there's always going to be
Yeah.
someone who don't like it just because it's not their taste. So you can never please everyone at once. So you got to learn to take all the criticism and make the best of it.
One thing people need to realize is that if you cannot take the criticism, it's not everybody else's job to, prance around your feelings. You do sort of just have to take yourself out of it. You have to turn the sound down yourself. Everybody else isn't going to do it for you. And if you insist on that, some people, I don't know who, I don't know these kind of people. I've never met these kind of people, but we'll turn the volume up on you until you finally hear it. Kind of thing.
Say no.
So I say no.
Yeah, someone's bringing up Eric July on Pop Culture Crisis the other day. And I would like to salute Crazy Cat, and Katie did. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Katie did good. She's a supporter of this channel as well. She comes in here quite a lot.
I don't know if you've
I
ever
like,
had
I like
Crazy Cat
watching
in your
some
chat.
people like that. I'm not sure. Possibly. I've had a lot of random people just come in and out. Ones that don't come in every week. Just they come in to have a look. And I can understand why it's not everyone's thing to watch. You gotta be interested in certain things, I guess.
Crazy Cat is a very persistent troll sometimes. It's quite funny. They're funny.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's a man or a
okay.
woman or what. I'm not sure if they're on Twitter or anything.
Troll.
But they're...
Oh yeah.
Trolls are alright. They're to be expected. You got to accept them, really. You don't want to bite to a troll. You just play along with them.
The only time people, what makes a lolcow is an ability to laugh at themselves. It's an ability to insult themselves, to see themselves in a negative light. Yeah. Apparently that's popping off. I've heard from some murmurs about that some of that stuff's popping back off again because some people are fucking psychopaths who have to just fuck with people all the time.
I had the opposite idea of a lolcow as saying would be the person that doesn't take the criticism and just gets angry, and trolls keep going and going, and they keep reacting and getting angrier and angrier and angrier, and everybody just laughs, even if you don't have anything to do with it. You just end up laughing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chris Chan being the earliest modern example of that. And I'll be honest, somebody, especially with Eric July, I've known this motherfucker was a lolcow for a long time. Because I got into it with him on Twitter about 5 or 6 years ago. And he tried to get me to come on his show. I'm not sure if he had already started that segment or not. Because I was in no position to accept it. At the time, I had just gotten off work and I was tired. But my brain worked still, so I could type and everything. And then he took it from Twitter to YouTube, and I forget where I was going with that. After I was trying to tell the story,
you know your limits, and you know what the other.
because especially if you go to the farms, kiwi farms, there is so much stuff on so many people that most people don't even talk about. That there's no shortage of people that are looking to fuck with you at any given time. And if you're anybody that receives any amount of blowback to that kind of stuff, it's going to be your bane. You're going to be suffering through it the entire time. No matter if you stay successful or not, you're still going to end up in the mud with these people all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh. I'm just going to find a video that I was watching earlier. I think it was in my likes. But yeah, Nicholas, considering you've only been on a few podcasts, I reckon you've done very well. You're very interesting. I like to listen to you.
I can bullshit with the best of them. I remember what got into this whole detracting stuff. Just starting to see it because I followed Comicsgate like in its early days, and eventually stopped paying attention because of COVID. Mostly because COVID made my job at the time a lot busier, so I was working a hell of a lot more. I just stopped paying attention to everything. I I would read little things here and there, but I just wasn't on social media, period. I still watch like YouTube and stuff like that, but that was about it. And then just going on to Twitter and everything late last year, and just noticing like all of that hubbub because I was already following quite a few of these people. Especially I had already been following. I never unfollowed Eric July or anything like that from back in the day. I'd one of the people that I'd always traditionally for years associated with Comicsgate, just because he had just was really nice and replies to me a few times back in the days, like Dark Gift, for instance. Those are the people that I've always associated. I would just see and then I'd followed a few accounts because it was recommended because they'd followed him or something. I just started seeing posts about it, and then I'd, over time I'd start commenting here and there, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. So all of a sudden I do a zinger. I do one little zinger, and then all of a sudden I got just shitloads of fucking ripitards, or what I now call ripitards. Swarming all over me, posting screenshots from my profile and previous tweets. And I'm not saying that's horrendous or anything like that, but it's like when someone does that to me, it's like, bitch, you don't want to go there. I'll make your life live in hell if I want to. But
it's funny. It's funny you should mention the slums as well. Because you obviously watch the slums quite a lot, the different shows. What's your opinion on what's going on at the minute? The way that they're sort of attacking the more mainstream Comicsgate artists and getting a bit riled up.
There's a lot of stuff that I don't watch, at least very much of. Because it's quite a bit of it that it's just too fucking nuts. Some of it. Not necessarily the slum stuff, but just some of the other, especially sort of the quasi CG, quasi anti-CG people. It's just sort of just weird, rambling. If you ever look, that Vicky-verse, her D&V investigations, it's just batshit insane stuff. They just the conclusions that they draw to stuff. It's like, huh, you're either stupid or crazy for coming to that conclusion. The slums have always are full of crazy people. I mean, they are. They're full of antisocial people. I'm not much better personally. I mean, I come across as a serious, nice, smart guy, but yeah, can hold it together, for a little bit. But so I'm not like trying to say, that I believe, that people need to shun these people. I do not believe that. Like I said, I believe very strongly in community. So I'm not like an advocate of that kind of thing, of like shunning, but most of them, they seem to be wallowing in a pit of jealousy when they're complaining about other stuff. Not necessarily. I mean, it's a mix of creators and fans and backers. These people are backers. I mean, some of them do spend a lot of money. I mean, they have, and even if they don't, whether or not they spent like a couple $1,000 or $0, they all have a right to say what they want to say. But if they're going to say some crazy shit, don't be surprised if some other people start saying some crazy fucking shit back at you. But like,
very true.
Especially like Wiggles and Matt Barr's stuff lately. Like when I listen to it, like Strange Signal posted a clip today of a little bit of an older clip where Matt Barr, Shane, John Malin, and somebody else, I think maybe were on the stream, all talking, just being all nice and friendly and everything. But lately, when I've listened to these guys, it's all this. Okay, now I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to show you this. What do you all think? Isn't it this? It's like, okay, pat you on the head now.
It's all a bit slimy, isn't it?
Yeah.
On that note, lads, it's been brilliant chatting to you. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I'm going to have to call it a night. And thank you for coming on as usual. Nice to have you on, Nick. It's been brilliant. I've always wanted you to come on. You're welcome on any time. And
Nice to meet you,
obviously
Johnny.
you
Nice
as
to
well,
meet you,
Dennis.
Dennis. Nice to meet you, Nicholas. Good to see you, Johnny.
Thank you to
Have a
everyone
good
in
one.
the chat. And I'll catch you all next Sunday. Adios, folks. Take
Bye,
care.
everyone. Bye.
Hey, I just wanna say, I'm back. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. Now I've made some change in my life. Now I've moved on in life. Now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. I'm thinking deeply right now. My life without you, it's like wow, but I don't know how to explain this. I don't know why it's happening to me, but I just realize you're not the person you used to be. Now I've left this city, this bullshit is not gonna happen again. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.